So good evening, and welcome to everyone in attendance. Esteemed faculty and staff, honored guests, and arguably the greatest graduating class of the nursing program at Oakland Community College. I'd like to start by saying I miss you all already. Today, we celebrate our accomplishments. But in order to truly grasp why we stand before this audience today, sorry, my wife got a paperclip on here, is to understand each of our stories and how this team, this family, work together to achieve something greater than us. It is important to understand how life deals challenges and how a positive perspective can allow the challenges to be overcome and turned into stories of triumph and success. Positive perspective can give new life to what was believed to be lost and gone. A few of you know my personal story. Almost 6 years ago, my career in law enforcement came to a screeching halt when I suffered a traumatic brain injury. As I recovered from the physical injury, I fought as hard as I could to return to my job. My primary care physician and neurologist dealt me the grave news that I would never recover enough to return to work, and that I should accept my new normal. Their advice seems rehearsed and unapologetic, was to go apply for Social Security. This new normal that I was requested to accept included a mentally impaired IQ and acceptance to several physical limitations. While I sunk into a deep depression, who was I to question them? I was trained to be a cop, and I was great at it. They were trained to be physicians, and I thought they were the same. My story would have ended right there if I hadn't found a doctor whose greatness was beyond her schooling and degree. Her greatness was in positive perspective. She believed that I could change the trajectory of my future. She affirmed that my efforts and my outlook could result in the change that I desired. The challenge, which started as a mountain, transformed into dust before my eyes. My story of challenge and triumph is not unique with this class. We have stories of death, heartbreak, divorce, single parents, working double shifts, lack of resources, and even breaking family cycles to do something greater. Regardless of the roles you play in life, you must always work to maintain a positive perspective, because that belief you have can quickly turn into your achievements. To my faculty and staff, I understand the important role you have as gatekeepers of this noble profession. You are all amazing educators. Oakland Community College NCLEX exam pass rate and demand in the workforce are from the standards you have set. I ask that you also add purpose to your positive perspective and never forget why you wanted to become a nurse. While this purpose can be diluted with policies, paperwork, politics, the why that wakes us up every morning, that revitalizes our energy, and that brings joy to our hearts should never be watered down. No other profession in the world has a national campaign to get its members to treat each other better. I believe that faculty promoting a positive perspective will trickle down to the students. Remember who you are and why you do what you do. That joy will transfer from you into your students. To the graduates, your positive perspective is the beacon of light that every patient, nurse manager, and health organization is searching for. We are faced with an aging population, high patient ratios, and violence in the healthcare setting. On top of that, we have to deal with disgruntled nurses that want to break our spirits so that we can become the newest minion in the army of misery. Sorry. Some bad nurses. I don't know about you, but I didn't do 2 years of prerequisites, stressing about passing the HESI, waiting 3 months for the nursing program to tell me that I was finally accepted into the program, almost 2 years of this extremely brutal, tough program to quit. When we see patients, they are entrusting us to be trained experts. Similar to my experience with my early physicians, you're most likely seeing your patients at their worst. Your interaction could make or break how they view our profession. But more importantly, it may make or break how they view life. When you get to the unit, surround yourself with positive nurses and take it one day at a time. Remember, challenges will arise, but we are qualified and ready. A positive perspective can change the challenges to triumph. To the family and supporters, there's no us without you. During this time, you've had to wear many hats and pick up the slack when we couldn't. Your contribution is invaluable because you supported people that will stand in the gap when mankind needs them most. These graduates will change and save lives, and that wouldn't be possible without your love and support. So in closing, I will leave you with 3 calls to action. 1, be the example and mentor that you needed for someone else. 2, uplift and praise the nursing students that come after you, especially the nursing students in the ugly green and white scrubs. Really? Really? And 3, practice rational detachment and effective communication daily. I know you will all accomplish amazing things, but remember this moment. At this point in time, regardless of previous job titles, socioeconomic status, race, sex, or color, we stand united as nurses, and I will always have your 6. For those that don't know what that means, it means I got your back. Once again, congratulations and God bless the graduating class.